Hi, Windsor. We are making some changes with seating, and we want you to be ready for Sunday with worship. And then for Holy Week, this will be the way we're going to try to do things. Just in terms of us being responsible with the virus and with our congregation, we've thought about a few things. So from my perspective, we need to keep these in mind. The virus is real. It's dangerous for a certain percentage of people. And of course, it's being politically leveraged, and there's tugs of war about the way people are angling with this whole thing. So that's understood. We're trying to do our best to keep our community responsibly safe. So this weekend, instead of having the rows blocked, Al's going to explain how we're going to do seating starting this weekend.
Yeah. What we want to do is make sure everyone is safe. So we think that we can open up the pews that we had formerly blocked off, but with a caveat. What we want to do is to be able to stagger the people in the row. So if you're attending worship, the goal is to try to make it so that we do not sit directly behind or in front of someone. So for instance, if you're at the end of a pew, then the person behind you and in front of you, that pew will be vacant. But the pew in front of you can have someone in the middle. And then at the opposite end of your pew, where you are, they can have somebody at the end, but no one in the middle. That would provide increased separation laterally as well as forward and back. So we think that this is a good way to do it. And the whole purpose, like Pastor said earlier, is that we want to keep everyone safe. Some of us are vulnerable to this virus, some not so much. And like he said, there is a political aspect to it, but we want to try to set that aside in keeping with God's love for us. And we want to show that love for each one. Because there are people who maybe we might think that it's irrational, but it isn't to them. That it's a rational fear. Because this virus, if some people caught it, could cause them severe illness or even death. So we want to protect them in love as a congregation. So what we're going to do is we're going to have ushers, and I imagine we're going to have to augment that with some of the elders and the deacons, so that when we arrive for worship this Sunday morning and the following 2 Sundays, what we want to do is use the guidance of the ushers and the elders and the deacons and help them to direct you to the point where you'll be most comfortable seating. There was also a couple other proposals that were set forth, perhaps to have an area where vaccinated people go, but we haven't really discussed that fully yet, and that might be implemented as well. But so this is what we want to do, and we urge you to cooperate with the deacons, the elders, and the ushers, so we can accommodate even more people. Easter is coming, Palm Sunday is coming, and we hope to welcome more and more people into our fellowship for Sunday worship. The other thing is too, and this hasn't changed since the beginning, I want to remind everyone that if you have symptoms of a stuffy nose, fever, some kind of any respiratory effects, it might be a cold, but you don't want to take it for granted. It is important. We request that you do not attend in-person worship because it could be the virus. And also, if you do find you have symptoms, think about who you've been around. So that, but we don't want to spread it throughout the rest of the congregation, especially those who are vulnerable. So Pastor, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
So the idea is that it will look somewhat like a checkerboard.
Yeah.
And we don't want people right up next to each other because we have every other row blocked off. And this seems like a reasonable thing. I believe that the blue dividers, the blue strips will still be on the outside portions, the 2 sections of pews on each side of the sanctuary. And I think if the weather permits, we're going to open the windows and circulate some more air. That's it. And we're looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Yeah. God bless. Good day.